Single parents. Focus. How common is it for children to come from single mothers' family in your country? How are single parents viewed by your society? Single out the selfish breeders. Sue Carroll. We've tapped the European League this year. Our teenagers' pregnancy rate, around 90,000 a year in England alone, is 6 times higher than in Holland, one of the most sexually liberated nations on earth, and 4 times higher than in France. What a sorry state, and what exactly had we done? Nothing, other than to pat these girls on the head, make sure they're comfortably housed, then provide enough money so that they can gaze in wonderment at the rate of us mere mortal getting off the bed every morning to earn the decent living. Criminal. This attitude of complacency is criminal, and it's got to stop. Tony Blair proposed to change the law so that under-18 teenagers' mothers will be housed in semi-supervised accommodation. I couldn't care whether they stick them in a slammer, so long as it gets them off the benefits bandwagon. It's okay. I'm braced for the countless letters I received from the bleeding hearts who believed I belonged back in the dark age, where becoming a single mother was a stigma, but rather that a society which bends over backwards to terrorize the likes of the 18-year-old Samantha Stoughton, who has 4 children by 3 fathers and wants more. A girl who repeatedly boasts, "People are talking a lot of rubbish," when they complain about what unmarried mothers get. We need it, and we are entitled to it. I make sure my children get the best of everything. Why shouldn't they? Just because I don't work? It's enough to make your teeth grind. God only knows what job she'll make of dragging off her own brood. The real tragedy is that Samantha is not an isolated case. Figure release reveals that numbers are increasing, and though there will always be a few genuine hard luck cases who really needs the welfare state, the majority are frighteningly similar to her. Girls who, because rent will be covered, will never learn the true meaning of the word self-respect. What chance does that give their own children? I'm sick of the finger pointing moralists who claim that these girls are victims of inner city life, so desperate to live unhappy homes that the only escape route they understand comes in the shape of the newborn baby. This is not the only way out, but the easiest. Countless men and women have lived in the circumstance beyond endurance and manages to emerge without fleecing every other taxpayer in the land. Aware, holier than those anti-sex education evangelists like Aunt Wittgenstein believe that children are more sexually aware because they know too much too young. She'd be better get her knickers in a twinks over what they don't learn. Victor lessons about life and responsibility. I knew about sex when I was 10 years old. Have I been even remotely interested? I wouldn't have done it. Why? Because I have been too damn scared. The weird teenage girls will be when they face the facts that, from now on, we hope, having a baby no longer paves the way to a pampered life of these protected spaces. Comprehension. 1. What is the teenager's pregnancy rate in England? 2. How will the law change? 3. Why does Samantha Dawson think teenage mothers should get money? 4. What's the writer's opinions on the arguments that having a baby is the only way out for this girl? Discussion. 1. How well do you think a single parent can bring up a child? 2. Do you think children from single parent families suffer because of it? 3. What problems do you think single parents face? How can they overcome these problems? 4. Do you think the state should be responsible for helping single parents? If so, how? 5. Do you think people should be able to have as many children as they want? 6. Should single parents have priority for receiving housing? Why? Why not? 7. Many mothers are abandoned by the child's father. How can absent fathers be made to face up their responsibilities? How much maintenance should they pay, and how they be punished if they refused? A. In the UK, number of single mothers is increasing. How do you think this can be prevented? Better sex education at school, tougher laws for absent fathers. 9. Can single fathers be as good at parenting as single mothers? Activities. A. Role play. Work in groups of 3. Lisa Rowe, age of 19, has just a baby. At present, she and the child were living with her parents. However, she has applied to a local council for a flat as the situation at home has become very difficult. Student A and B must present their ideas to the judge, who will make the decision. Student A. You are Lisa's lawyer. Your client was going to train to become a teacher until she got pregnant. The pregnancy was unplanned, but Lisa is very happy to be a mother. However, she is not employed and doesn't want to continue living with her parents as they oppose the pregnancy and their house is too cramped. We want the council to provide a 2-bedroom flat for Lisa. Make the best case you can to ensure Lisa gets a flat. Student B. You are the council lawyer. The council already has a long list of people waiting to be rehoused, and you believe that as Lisa is in secure accommodation at the moment, it is not an urgent case. Put the council's views forward as best you can, inviting any other details you might need. Student C. You are the judge who has been appointed to decide the case. Listen to both lawyers, ask any questions you need to, and allow them to question one another. Then make the decisions as to whether Lisa will be rehoused. As a class, compare the deals you made and decide who was the best lawyer. B. Write a short report on case you have just heard. Summarize the points made by each lawyer and the judgments made. Or write a letter in response to the article, either agreeing with the points the writer made or presenting the other points of view. Ammunition box. Keywords. Contraception. Methods used to deliberately prevent a woman become pregnant. Antenatal care. Care for pregnant women before the birth. Sex education. When young boys and girls are told about sex and reproduction. Family planning. The process of planning the number of children, intervals between births by using birth control. Handy hints. 87% of 40,000 babies born to 50 to 90-year-olds in Britain were outside marriage. This compared with 62% in the United States and 10% in Japan. Source: 1999 Surveys of Sexual Activity in Young Women. The Ellen Getter Markers Institute, New York. The surveys of 53 countries show that Britain has one of the highest rates of sexual activity in the world among teenagers and young women. About 10% of women in Britain are married by the time they are 18. For the US, the figure is 11%, Brazil 24%, and Ghana 38%. Britain is known to have the highest teenage pregnancies in Europe. The London Borough of Lambeth, Lewisham, and Southwark have the most teenage pregnancy in England, with 10% pregnant by the time they are 20. Teenage mothers are more likely to drop out of school than girls who have a child later. A teenage mother will lack job skills, making it hard for her to find a job. Teenage mothers may not have developed good parenting skills or have the social support system to help them raise a child. Networking. Find out about the number of single parents in your country. How does the state help them? Book Single and Lone Parents by Greg Danoland. Films Big Daddy, 1999, directed by Dennis Dugan. Three Men and a Little Lady, 1990, directed by Elmelt Ardulino. Neil by Mouth, 1997, directed by Gary Oldman.